Today we are brewing a good old English bitter, Courage Directors. The recipe for this one, pretty straightforward. For the pale malt we're using Maris Otter. This is a 10-gallon batch and we're using about 14 pounds, 14 ounces of Maris Otter. We've also got some Caramel 80, just under a pound of that. And then the last mash ingredient is black malt, and just a touch of that, like an ounce and a half, just for the colour that will bring in. We're also going to add some dextrose sugar in to get the ABV up, so a pound and a half of that is going in. Okay, so we took a gravity reading. We just took some wort out, cooled it down a little bit, and then put the hydrometer in. When adjusting for temperature, we are at a gravity of 1034, which is exactly the gravity we are supposed to be at the end of the mash. The thing is, we did this before we were even halfway through the mash, about 40 minutes in. So, it seems like the mash is done already, but we're going to leave it for the full 90 minutes anyway, and we'll take another reading and see if anything's changed.
So, thought it would be interesting to have a little bit of background on the beer that we're brewing today, which actually Martin has the original tap handle that he acquired dubiously from a pub in England. So looked up some of the history of Courage Directors. It was brewed by the Courage Brewery, which is based in Alton in Hampshire, and I think they date back to 18th century possibly. And so in 1903 apparently they made a beer that was really for the directors of the company, that they sometimes sold as Alton IPA if they had any spare. Then it kind of moved to Courage owned Simon's Brewery in 1969. And then in 2007, the Courage brand was purchased by Wells & Youngs, who brew it in Bedford. And apparently it still has a strong following throughout the country, and is considered a premium cask ale. And according to the Wikipedia page, it's one of the top 20 cask ales in the country, but the citations were for 2011, so tastes may have changed.
Alright, mash update. So an hour later, the conclusion of the mash, after 90 minutes, did another gravity reading, 1034 again, so I guess we really only needed to mash for about 20 minutes. Alright, on to the boil.
There's an imminent storm, it's unavoidable.
Okay, so now we're just starting to boil, and the hop addition is extremely complicated. Obviously, it's an English beer. No, there's only one target hops right at the beginning of the boil, for some bittering, and then Styrian Golding hops just right at the end of the boil, and that's it. So we got 1.6 ounces target. It smells great.
I've got 1.5 pounds of dextrose sugar, and we're about halfway through the boil now, 45 minutes in, and pour it in.
Okay, so we've reached flame out, just a tiny little bit of East Kent Golding hops.
And we're not kidding, tiny.
What is it, like a third of an ounce?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, well there we go.
The expected gravity is 1046. We came in at 1045, so pretty close. We've been really close to the numbers all the way through on this brew, so looking good so far. So it's tasting time. We've got two versions of this beer here. We've got the regular put it in the keg, serve it cold beer. And then this one we bottled and then have put that in the fridge at 55 degrees so that it's cellar temperature, which is like how you're supposed to drink this stuff.
So which is which?
So this is the 55 degrees proper one.
And that's the other can.
And that's the other one. So do you remember what Courage Directors taste like?
Well, that looks like. Look at that beautiful colour. Oh, that's delicious. Just delicious.
Alright, we should switch and just try the typical cold one.
Oh, it looks good colour up to the line.
Well, I'll tell you, it tastes a lot different though.
Oh, there's much more flavour.
Yeah.
Much more flavour.
Yeah,
to
it's
that
way
one.
better warm.
Much more flavour, yeah.
Sorry, not warm. Cellar.
Cellar temperature. Well, perfect. Cheers.
Cheers!